Hello and welcome to the Nexus Division Grand Finals. I am the Crushinator. I'm excited to bring you this best of 5 matchup. We've got Durotan's Couch taking on Best of Buddies, number 1 seed versus number 2 seed matchup. Hope you're all doing well this evening. If you're watching on NGS, if you're watching on the Crushinator, or if you're watching over on YouTube, glad you're here. We're live in 3 places tonight, giving you as many options as possible to check out this excellent series. I'm gonna let them know that we're ready to go. I hope you're all ready to go, because this is going to be a very good matchup. I've been casting a lot of Durotan's Couch this season. Always entertaining games. Best of Buddies is right up there in the standings with them, so this should be a very close matchup. Got one player that's away for just a moment, so we'll get started pretty soon here, but while we can, let's go to the map select. See where we're at with these maps. Banned maps today: Volskaya Foundry, Sky Temple, Dragonshire, and Cursed Hollow. Going to be starting things off Battlefield of Eternity. Durotan's Couch is the higher seed, opted for the map pick, and are taking us here for game number 1. And we're starting up the draft. Let's get in there. All right, going right into draft number 1. Durotan's Couch going to be on the left. First act will be Best of Buddies. Battlefield of Eternity, we're going to see Tracer banned away first. Of course, this is about as researched as these teams can get. They've been playing an entire season. All their stats are available. Now the final game plans will go into effect for these teams. Augur, the next ban here from Durotan's Couch. Battlefield of Eternity. Sometimes we can see some PvE type heroes taken early, as Genji is banned. We might see high priorities onto Hanzo, onto Greymane even. Sometimes you even see Muradins and Tyrandas come on through. Rhaegar, a popular pick here on Battlefield of Eternity, just to get that extra objective DPS. It looks like Best of Buddies more interested in taking away those high movement assassins here. Durotan's Couch, see what's next on the chopping block for them. Looks like Johanna removed. Some of our high tier meta picks banned off the top.
I stand ready.
Computex going for the Vala first pick. Understandable here on Battlefield. Vala just kind of great overall. So pretty understandable pick there. Durotan's Couch now with the double pick. We'll see if they want to control a race hero of their own. A lot of tanks, a lot of healers still available at this point, so we'll see if they want to lock in their top pick for healer now or possibly risk a mid. Taking an early Malfurion here as Goliath. Wildcard going for the Sonya. Some comfort picks off the top here for Durotan's Couch. How you doing, McGiblets? Which team's going double support? Well, there's a lot of healers still left, so definitely a possibility to just slam an Uther Stukov here for Best of Buddies if that's the way they're going to go. See what they're going to control. It's Uther Brightwing! I almost had it, but you had the call, Gibby. Moon grabs the Uther, Taki on the Brightwing. Brightwing not usually part of a double healer combo, but just means that you need all that extra damage in the backline. Uther Brightwing chosen. See what if they're going to end up with a Bruiser here, if they're going to do like a Brightwing off lane. Mid-ban coming in from Durotan's Couch, Li Ming taken away. Not wanting to see a Li Ming Vala backline here for Best of Buddies. Sonya Malfurion on the board here. The best way, in my opinion, to beat a double support comp is to separate them, so they might be thinking about stuff like, you know, Maid bans, Falstad bans, something that can freeze out or move away part of the team. They're going to get rid of Maiev. Okay. Maiev definitely strong control on that front line. Don't want to deal with that. Durotan's Couch Got Sonya, they got Malfurion. I just fizzed going for Diablo here. Yawner's taking Jaina. Okay. I'm interested to see where we go with Idiom's pick, because right now they seem like... They've got Malfurion for anti-heal. That's it so far. I mean, with Diablo engaged, Sonya possibly with Leap is a good amount of interruption on the front, but they are going into an Uther, so that's going to be pretty difficult. Bob going Zeratul here. Mr. Christie on the Blaze. Not the way I was expecting them to go. Interesting. So they've got definitely a ton of control at the front with that Uther Blaze. Brightwing with a follow-up CC. Zeratul a bit of late-game scaling, possibly to go after this Malfurion Jaina. Durotan's Couch. They're going to go with Thrall here from Idioms. I'm trying to remember if Thrall... I don't think Thrall has anti-healing, but Thrall definitely has follow-up CC and good sustain to deal with possible Zeratuls in the back line. Definitely a clash of styles here. I feel like if it goes to late-game team fights, Best of Buddies has a great comp for it. But I feel like they might be a little light on defense if they lose some of these objectives. Here we go. Game number 1 of our grand finals tonight. On the left in the blue, it is Durotan's Couch. Idioms on Thrall, Goliath playing Malfurion. I just fizzed on the Diablo, Yawners on Jaina, and Wildcard is playing Sonya. On the right in the red, it's Best of Buddies. Taki on the Brightwing, Moon on Uther, Computex on the Vala, Bob playing Zeratul, and Mr. Christie is on Blaze. Game number 1 is underway here. Checking our level 1 talents, we got Globes for Jaina, Q Quest for Vala, and it is going to be the Silver Touch Q Quest for Uther. Zeratul going for the Move Unseen here on level 1. No quests to be had there. Bob waiting for a possible engage. Moon avoids the Feral Spirit as now... Ooh, Zeratul took a bit of a stun there. That was going to pop behind the gate. Ooh, a lot of damage there onto Vala. It's Jaina with that threatening burst power, especially Q into E is a surprising amount of damage. Checking on the top lane here, it'll be Blaze versus Sonya. Of course, Zeratul coming up to visit already. Make things a little bit difficult for Wildcard. The jet propulsion does not land. Still Wildcard down to half, though. Now going to be slowed on the way out. Wildcard trying to spin and survive, and will do so. Good solid gank attempt, but that does mean Durotan's Couch know they've got the 4v3. We'll pick up this bottom camp. Top camp, however, should be claimed fairly easily by Best of Buddies. Wildcard is going to go after Bob. Spins back onto the point for now, and here comes Brightwing, and Sonya definitely can't deal with that. Top camp goes over to Best of Buddies. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, though, Uther gets caught by the 3 remaining. Thrall actually headed up to the top lane to try to deal with that off-lane pressure. It's going to help Sonya clear that top camp. It's going to pretty much be cleared on the spot by the 2 bruisers. Is Thrall technically labeled an assassin, or is Thrall under bruiser? I don't remember. I feel like Thrall's actually under melee assassin. I do not recall. Uh-oh, polymorph stun onto Diablo. I just fizzed with a lot of regen, though. It's going to be just fine. Ooh, Vala is caught there, going to be flipped. Doesn't get the stun on the other side. I just fizzed with the body block. Gets a bit of damage there onto Vala, but enough movement speed gets Compute back. Mr. Christie doing the siege camp, or the shaman camp here for Best of Buddies. Yawners and Goliath taking care of things for Durotan's Couch. Good lane coverage while that's happening. Strong macro from these 2 Nexus Division teams. Setting up here in the mid is Best of Buddies. It looked like they were possibly going to go after Sonya, but looks like the answer is no for now. little bit of a defense setup. This wildcard, ooh, could be in trouble here. Double stun comes on out. Zeratul in the area, and Sonya is taken down. Heads up rotation from Best of Buddies. Nice route there from Malfurion. Goliath, Yawners, and Idioms having to retreat here. This is going to be Best of Buddies stepping up, getting some damage in. I just fizz. Nice hit there onto Mr. Christie. Does get the flip back into the root. Not enough damage to take down Blaze, though. Shaman Camp for Durotan's Couch is still active in the bottom lane. Zeratul has to go and deal with that. Diablo charging into that back line is going to find Uther. Though just going to bonk and move back. Zeratul back in the action here after clearing up the bottom lane. Diablo feeling a little bit threatened. He's going to step back and tap. Best of Buddies going to take the opportunity to get a bit of damage in here. Idiom's nice route onto 2, but is a little bit light on mana. Stun Polly onto the front. I just fizzed, feeling alright. Moon going to be separated from the pack and taken down. Durotan's Couch with another pickup onto Uther there. We're going to be moving into the mid phase for this objective. Looks like Durotan's Couch going to have this no problem. Compute and Mr. Christie taking as much off of this as they can. But Durotan's Couch going to pick up this first objective. This is where the comp of Best of Buddies worries me a little bit. Because right now their only real consistent clear onto this Immortal is Vala. None of the rest of them can really step up safely. Which could end up being fine. But we'll see how much pressure Durotan's Couch can apply here. There's the root over the wall. Oh, ton of damage onto Jaina, but there's the cleanse. Vala gonna get out of trouble there. I just fizz taking some hits as the wall goes down. Bob in the back looking to catch anyone on the retreat here. This fort's taking some damage. Zeratul showing the intentions here as Blaze coming up. Durotan's Couch going to try to retreat. Great route from Malfurion. Yawner's still in trouble. Gets stunned by Blaze. Heal comes through from Diablo. Is it enough? No. Yawner's going to be taken down here. Nice follow-up from Best of Buddies, but they do lose their fort in the process. Objective will finally cease on the keep gate. Wildcard going to jump straight on this camp. Get it rolling here. Best of Buddies taking the top side, making sure that Durotan's Couch wasn't lurking. Mr. Christie will discover the team is here. Ooh, root comes out. There's the stun. This is going to be trouble for Blaze. Mr. Christie gets the movement speed. We'll get behind the gate. Goliath hadn't quite caught up with the team there to get the follow-up root CC. Looks like we got a bit of a fort trade going on. Uther Vala in the top lane. Putting on the pressure. Sonya going to respond to that. 10s are here for Best of Buddies. We've got the Void Prison, Reign of Vengeance, Blink Heal, Divine Shield. Blaze still holding that 10. Idiom's coming up, will be dismounted. Nice vision there from Taki. 10s have now arrived for Durotan's Couch. Just fizzed. Oh, didn't actually discover Zeratul there, but we'll now see Bob on that rotation. There's the Void Prison coming out from Best of Buddies. They're going to try to fight right here. Nice route from Malfurion, buying a little bit of time. Bob and Mr. Christie right in the blizzard. Zeratul is going to go down. There's the Lightning Breath as Wildcard jumps onto 3. A ton of damage into the back, but the DPS can't quite catch up. They're going to have to settle for Mr. Christie here on the top side. Still ends up being a double takedown for Durotan's Couch. Goliath with the very timely route there prevents a big follow-up from Best of Buddies. And Wildcard with a money leap onto that back line. Now Durotan's Couch going to get a lot of time on this objective. Darth Looper, Danny. See y'all in the chat. Glad you're here. Durotan's Couch taking the opportunity to grab their Shaman camp. Best of Buddies doing the same over on the right as we have defensive Immortals in position. Blaze did ultimately take the bunker there. Durotan's Couch coming across. I just Fizz going on to Uther. Moon a little bit split off as it looks like Durotan's Couch just going to try to focus on this objective. Zeratul lurking along that top side. Water Elemental, Earthquake, the choices here. Twilight Dream as well. Nice cleanse from Idioms. I just Fizzed. Mr. Christie has to pop the bunker. Yawner's taking some hits there from Compute. Mr. Christie's bunker is popped. Oh, gets hit by the Immortal Stun. Big silence from Malfurion, and Blaze is going to go down. Wildcard trying to leap out onto the Brightwing, but did not connect. Divine Shield going to be used. Moon trying to get away here. 2 takedowns and possibly more. I just Fizzed coming around wanting to find something. Damage not in range though. Still, the fort going to go down to minion pressure. Durotan's Couch. Huge momentum here in the mid game.
The light of the Crystal Arch shines on.
Full shield Immortal pushing the bottom lane here. Sonya's going to have that top lane pressure as well. 13 to 12 here on the levels as this Immortal's coming on through.
I will bring down the gates of hell.
Keep Wall going to fall very quickly here. Best of Buddies trying to get into position. Wildcard waiting for a leap opportunity on the other side of this wall. There it is. Leap onto 2. Is there follow-up? The root is in position, but the VP catches everybody on Durotan's Couch and prevents any further follow-up. Still, Bob nearly taken out there in the blink of an eye. Still managed to blink away. This keep definitely going to be going down here. Can Durotan's Couch just continue to surge forward? Moon in some trouble here. Gonna be rooted, gonna be slept. And that's Uther going down. Taki in trouble as Mr. Christie creates some space in the back, but now the core is taking hits from this objective. Shielding is starting to fall as Bob still has a blink. Mr. Christie going to be rooted as well as Compute, trying to take this down, but core's down 90% and falling. Durotan's Couch have the minion wave, have the objective. Bob gets back in the well, Taki gets back in the well. There's the Unstoppable, and this core looks like it's going to fall here. 15% and counting. Durotan's Couch surge to victory here in game number 1, an 11-minute victory. Well played. Wow. I mean, Best of Buddies, they built a late game comp. They got the double healer, they got the Zeratul, and Durotan's Couch, they capitalized early. That was definitely the time to pounce, and they took advantage. Well done. They're going to go up 1-0 here in this series. Let's go to the post game. Checking out the stats here. Idioms on the Thrall actually getting ahead on top hero damage there for Durotan's Couch. Almost 30,000. Compute on the Vala there for Best of Buddies. Over 42,000 in that effort. Checking out the level 1 talent builds such as they are. Take the objective and we'll get ready for the next game. By the way, Linehouse dropping 5 gifted at twitch.tv/thecrushinator. Thank you so much, Linehouse, for the support. Hope you're enjoying the show. We're live in all the places tonight. I appreciate the support where you can give it. Always a big supporter of the channel. Alrighty. We are going to Infernal Shrines here for game number 2. Once again chosen by Durotan's Couch. Let's jump in there. We're in. We're ready to win. Infernal Shrines, a great Artanis map. You might be saying, Crush, it's literally the best map for any bruiser but Artanis. And to you I say, you're just not being creative enough with Artanis. One day, I was talking before the stream to the captains, and I was like, you know what? I bet if I gave the league a choice, they said, you know what? We're either going to put Warhead Junction in the map pool, or Artanis will be mandatory in every game. I bet I could get mandatory Artanis before Warhead in the map pool. I bet I could do it. And then we would finally Entaro all the Aduns every game. Anduin banned off the top here by Best of Buddies. There goes Johanna. I imagine that Johanna ban will remain fairly static throughout this series. Linehouse demanding Diva. Diva's a good pick too. Still no tracers allowed here from Best of Buddies. Genji did get allowed though, so we'll see if maybe they want that first, or if they're just willing to give it up here to not have to deal with Anduin. Anduin ban could mean a couple things. Could mean they're trying to go for an isolation comp with Stitches or a Garrosh. Could mean they're trying to do Leoric stuff. We'll see what Best of Buddies is cooking up here, but Durotan's Couch gets one more ban, and it will once again be the Hogger. How you doing, Goon? Welcome to the show. Best of Buddies on first pick. Infernal Shrines. You'd think chicken something like Blaze, Brightwing, even Vala, Hanzo first would make sense. I would say Genji first is a totally fine first pick. That's just me. We'll see what Best of Buddies thinks. Dahaka, the choice from Mr. Christie. I do like casting some Dahaka. Just buzzing around there, little dinosaur grabbing the back line, yanking them to their doom. Dahaka, strong hero. Durotan's Couch now with the response. Goliath going to go for the Rhaegar this time. Idiom's taking Junkrat. Always nice to have a hero that can sort of influence the pit from the outside. Sometimes we see Mephisto doing that. Sometimes we see, Tychus with Odin doing that. In some divisions we even see, Asmodan's doing that. Just bombing from the outside. Chromie can get that done. We'll see if there's going to be any response to that role here. There's that Stitches and Mephisto. Anduin ban making a lot more sense here as Best of Buddies locks in that duo. Mid ban here from Durotan's Couch. They've already got the Junkrat controlled. They've already got... Anduin is already banned. Tychus ban, I guess? They're gonna ban Alex Straza. That is... I always forget this comp. Mephisto Stitches Alex Straza. Alex Straza W build, you just start generating regen globes, which stacks Stitches to infinity and gives basically permanent cooldown reduction for Mephisto. It is a little bit weird to run. You gotta really practice it, but it is a cool comp to play. So Durotan's Couch sniffing that one out. They don't want to deal with that. Blaze to the ban here from Best of Buddies. They've already got their Dahaka, so just controlling the top-end bruisers here. Wildcard might just go back to the Sonya. A good play to go against Stitches is just whenever Stitches lands a hook, you just dive. And Sonya's really good at that. So we might see it that way. Diarco, what's up? Malkir's here. Coffin's here. John Kruger. There's that Genji. Yonners picks it up. Wildcard going for Leoric. Leoric can run after Stitches, put them in an entomb, try to slow down that escape. Best of Buddies. They need a healer. They need a flex. They could go for the Malfurion. Stitches Malfurion, a classic combination. You could also just go back to that Uther and stun whatever Stitches pulls in. I'm going to do Stukov, though. Stukov Vala. Here for Bob and Computex. Keep switching between Computex and Compute. Compute X or Computex. I don't know. I feel like because the X is capitalized, it should be Compute. But I don't know. I'm probably going to flip-flop through the night. I just fizzed on the last pick, looking for a tank here for Durotan's Couch. Gonna go back to the Diablo here. Diablo Genji, strong chasers. Leoric can catch up with that Wraithwalk. But a Stitches comp always has a chance to win. No matter what the map state, no matter what the, how the team fights have been going, Stitches can sometimes just win a fight and snowball it into a win on the match. So gotta watch out for that for Best of Buddies. Game number 2 on the left in the blue. It's Durotan's Couch. Yawner's on Genji. Goliath playing Rhaegar. Idiom's on the Junkrat. Wildcard playing Leoric. And I Just Fizzed is on Diablo.
The battle begins.
On the right in the red, we have
10 seconds.
Best of Buddies. Taki on the Stukov. Moon is playing the Stitches. Mr. Christie on Dahaka. Bob is playing somebody here. Bob's on Vala. And Compute is on Mephisto. They're stacked on top of each other. Which one is which? Always gotta zoom in whenever they're stacked on a gate like that. Junkrat blowing up the first engage there as Compute pushed away by Genji. Big clash here in the opening. Vala going auto attack stacks here. This game already stacking past 15. That's the only baseline quest we have. As Bob just plugging away here. I Just Fizzed pulled in. Yawner's gonna follow it up. Solid 28 stacks for Vala in 38 seconds. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good start there for Vala. And the fight is just going to keep on rolling here. Moon being targeted. Ooh, nice onto Idioms, but oh, Junkrat still goes down. I think he got chased out by a tower shot there, but Junkrat will fall as first blood. 41 stacks for Vala. That is a lot of stacks to open up the game. Holy cow. Bob making it look easy out there. Trying to do the mid camps here. I Just Fizzed, realized no one's there to help. Here comes Best of Buddies. They're just going to come right across and find Diablo alone. Yawner's into the back line. Going to try to create some space here. Quick hook onto Genji, but Genji going to be just fine. Idiom's starting up that top left camp. See if bottom camp's got a choice here for Best of Buddies. They are going to they are going to head that way. Get it rolling. Looks like they shouldn't have too much trouble taking it. Hook goes out. Hook not quite long enough there for Moon to reach the gate. Genji clearing up the mid here for Durotan's Couch while Leoric and Dahaka battle it out. Vala's at 50 stacks. A somewhat lessened rate from, 28 stacks in 38 seconds, but still pretty dang good. Rotation here from I Just Fizzed. Seeing Moon here. Looks like Durotan's Couch just going to head on over and get their Shaman camp going. Looking at an Arcane Punisher in the mid to start things off. Last time we had an off-lane gank from Best of Buddies, so we'll keep an eye on this top side. Right now everyone just focused on getting their Shaman camp out, though. Genji pushing that bottom lane, Moon just covering stuff for now with that off-lane Stitches. This time Leo gonna be safe. Durotan's Couch fires it up and Mephisto just jumps right into the pit. That's the power of Mephisto on this map. Compute doing a lot of work there. Stun on the low side onto Genji. Genji had nowhere to go. Gonna get popped there. Idiom's being run down here by Bob. Compute chasing in as well. My goodness. Best of Buddies absolutely stepping on the gas here in the early game. They're gonna go ahead and control this pit, and with Genji down, there's not a whole lot that Durotan's Couch can do right now. Junkrat's going to throw in a few bombs, try to slow down the minions. I don't think they're going to have a chance to fight back this point. As Idiom's, is hooked into the pit here. There's the silence, and Junkrat will fall. Moon with the extra sensory hooks. We'll get that takedown for Best of Buddies. Arcane Punisher claimed here by the red team. We'll be pushing through the mid lane.
Summoned an Arcane Punisher.
The jump over the wall, I Just Fizz gonna feel fine there. Little hook. Diablo repositions. And Diablo goes down, my goodness. That lurking arm range from Stukov is pretty rough, especially compared with the level 1. Hook doesn't quite land into the back, but Leoric is taken down trying to flank on the edge there. Moon taking some hurt from the tower as the mid fort goes down. Best of Buddies have completely reversed the trend from game number 1 on the momentum. Normally you don't think of a Stitches comp as excelling in the early game. You're thinking about level 13, but 5 takedowns so far at 5 minutes is pretty strong here. They've got their side camp, going to work on the neutral camp as well. Durotan's Couch grabbing their mid camp. Bottom camp is picked up by Best of Buddies. The Honor's thinking about moving through here. Just threatens and avoids the hook. 10s are about to be here for Best of Buddies. We'll see what they're going to lock in. Gorge is the choice here for Stitches. Rain of Vengeance, Durance of Hate, Isolation, and Massive Shove. Uh-oh, Genji going to be taken away here. We'll see if Genji's got the cooldowns. The Honor's stunned, silenced, and removed. Great timing there from Best of Buddies, trying to chase Goliath. They got the Durance onto Diablo. Diablo is pushed under the towers. Oh no, I just fizzed. In major trouble here, will be taken down. Durotan's Couch reeling right now, but they do have their 10s. Dragon Blade, Entomb, Lightning Breath, Riptire so far. Rhaegar still selecting. Looks like Ancestral Healing here for the Rhaegar. Here comes Wildcard. They're looking for Mephisto, put into the Entomb, but Leoric is sent under the gate next. Dragon Blade comes out from Yonners, trying to get the double takedown. There goes Stukov. Compute blinks away, but unfortunately he's just going to come right back into the fray. Mephisto goes down. Here comes Bob, though, flanking on the edge. I just fizzed, going after Moon, gets a flip. Stitches is going to fall. Lightning Breath on the gate. Mr. Christie manages to get out of range, and just like that, Durotan's Couch slams back with a triple kill. My goodness. Next shrine is activating. Frozen Punisher in the top lane is coming up. Do I have other streams? Oh, sound's not on. If you are watching in multiple places, you might be getting echoing, but I don't have... At least not on my end. Anyway, if you are getting echoing, chat, let me know. I can look into it. Durotan's Couch in the top lane. Just checking out Mr. Christie and Wildcard there for a moment. But Durotan's Couch getting a jump on the first minions here. Best of Buddies in the area do have their 13s, and they're ready for a fight. That's the long hook for Stitches online. Right now, Genji covering the mid, trying to get 13s for Durotan's Couch. First hook goes out, gonna land onto Diablo. Diablo pulled in. Here comes the Riptire from Idioms trying to chase forward. Bob and Taki just getting away from trouble there. Root and the Durance comes out. Genji is going to be saved. Wildcard in big trouble, but Taki going to fall as well. Bob going to be chased onto. Yonners is resetting. Rhaegar next to fall, though. Mephisto trying to buzz on through, gets a little bit of self-shielding, but will ultimately go down. The minion actually getting the last hit there. Ends up being a 3 for 2 for Durotan's Couch. Wildcard about to return, and it looks like Durotan's Couch have the control for this objective. Frozen Punisher going to be claimed. Tahaka doing some side campery here for Best of Buddies. Did he go for the talent? No. Okay. Tahaka sometimes goes, you collects on 4 and is able to take those camps super quickly, but still is a fine camp taker without it. Keep stepping forward, splashing that damage around the back line. Fort will be frozen out here before it's taken down.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Fort will fall. We'll see if Durotan's couch is going to stick with it. No, it looks like they're just going to rotate on through to the mid lane. York has to deal with that side. Durotan's couch pressuring the mid wall while they can. Experience is starting to even up here. Durotan's couch going straight after the mid camp. Gonna clear that out quickly. Best of buddies on their side camp. No invade possibility there. '16's pretty close for these teams. Moon throws out a hook, lands on a minion. Just a scooch away from idioms, though. Best of buddies has their 16 slightly earlier, looking at Yawners for a moment. Rotation onto the top, wildcard staying mounted. Feels the heat and moves back. Best of buddies not wanting to give this fort up for free. Gonna come down and clear this wave. 16s are here on both sides. Moon goes for the fishing hook. Doesn't land one that time. Just cautious rotations here from our teams. Mr. Christie, is looking for Yawners, is going to land it. Is there follow-up CC? Yawners is silenced and is going to be rooted by the Durans. Genji is caught and will go down. Goliath gorged and sent behind the gate. Will fall as well. Nice pounce there from Best of Buddies. They'll get a double kill. Now moving across. Going to look to siege here in the mid. Some wall damage while they can. Wildcard and Idioms showing on the top side, and Tomb does not catch Moon there. Idioms avoids the hook. Genji and Rhaegar will be back soon. So Leoric manages to get away there. Best of Buddies goes for the Shaman Camp steal. Durotan's couch, they are on the way. Hawk is coming up. We're going to have a full-on fight here. Moon caught by Wildcard. There's the silence. Yawners into the back line. Taki in big trouble. Stukov is down. Stitches will fall as well. Bob being run down by Durotan's couch. That's a triple. I Just Fizzed is going to be saved by the Ancestral. Mr. Christie goes down. Compute will fall as well. Durotan's couch get the full team wipe. Can they just run through the core here? They've got the wave top. 30 seconds. They're stopping at the gate here, though. They're not going for the full core push. Do they have time? They're getting the wave up here. They've got the remainder of the Shaman Camp minions. 15 seconds and counting. They're going to go for it here. 10 seconds until any defense. They're just going to right-click this core. The shielding is gone. Shaman and Catapult are locked in. And this is going to be Durotan's couch with a surprise teamfight victory and a surprise quick win in game number 2. What a capitalize. GG. Wow, not how I was expecting that game to end. But Best of Buddies gets caught lurking on that Shaman Camp. Durotan's couch comes out swinging with a 5-player team wipe, and they just run across and win. Sometimes that's how it goes in Heroes of the Storm. Let's go to the postgame. Checking out the stats here. Idioms on the Junkrat, 40,000 in the hero damage department. There for Durotan's couch. Best of Buddies, it was Bob on the Vala, absolutely feasting that game. Unfortunately, cut short there before Vala could just scale out of control. Still 36,500 on that hero damage. Update the scoreboard as we take a look at the talents, and we'll get ready for game number 3. Man. Sometimes it ends just like that. Well played, well played. It's Towers of Doom coming up for game number 3, once again, as chosen by Durotan's Couch. Teams are ready, getting started in just a moment, and we'll get in there.
Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom, game number 3. Tends to show up in most series. It is a timely map indeed. Possible last map of the series or the start of the big comeback for Best of Buddies. Towers of Doom never over until the final shot crosses. We'll see if Best of Buddies has what it takes to fight back. Tracer banned out off the top once again. Genji did make it through in game number 2. We'll see if it's going to be the same in 3 or if we see that banned off the top. The Anduin ban did seem specific to the Stitches idea, so I don't think that's going to hit the bans, but I suppose we'll see what their game plan is. Cho'Gall or bust, you know what? Sometimes what you need is to just throw them way off track. And hit him with that Cho'Gall, big business. Genji will be the ban there from Best of Buddies. We'll see if they stick with the Hogger idea here for Durotan's Couch. There goes Hogger. Durotan's Couch have the game plan, and they've had no real reason to deviate thus far. Let's see what it's going to be. First pick, Towers of Doom. Wouldn't mind the Dahaka again. Dahaka on towers, particularly strong. Compute going to take away that Junkrat, though. Solid idea. Idioms plays a pretty mean Junkrat. We'll see if maybe that prompts a Dahaka steal from Durotan's Couch. Goliath choosing the Rhaegar again. What do we got here for pick 2? Wildcard opting for Blaze. Okay. Best of Buddies, they've got the Junkrat. They could just go for the trifecta right now and pick Anduin Stitches and just say, fooled you, we're taking it anyway. Towers of Doom, I think, is a uniquely good Stitches map because you can't get pushed that far into the back. Stitches Vala, it's pretty close to Stitches Anduin. Because the map is so short, like, width-wise, Stitches is kind of always a threat. It's very difficult to lock Stitches, like, way behind the gate like that. Whereas on something like Tomb, something like Shrines, once you get past that first line of structures, sometimes you can really lock Stitches off the map. Durotan's Couch, they see the Anduin has not been picked, so they'll just go ahead and ban that right here. Best of Buddies, they see the Rhaegar, they see the Blaze. They've already got the Junkrat taken away. Probably Diablo? Yeah, Diablo ban. That was kind of how Durotan's Couch chased them down last time, was the Junkrat Diablo. Sent the Riptire after him, Diablo just charged in there. Tyrael pretty good at chasing too, but doesn't have the stuns. Tyrael, of course, doesn't really mind being gorged, though. Could just go in there and put the Sanctification down. Idiom's taking Falstad. That is Yawners on Tyrael. So that may be a flex Tyrael, and I Just Fizz might still be going for a tank option, or they're going to flip the Tyrael over to I Just Fizzed and grab another damage dealer. Might be a switcheroo. Jimmy Bob, Joe Bob, hope you're doing well. Ion Pico. One day I'll learn chat names. Mr. Christie does end up on that Dahaka. Taki going for the Brightwing. We got some global action here. I Just Fizz takes the Maiev. Okay. So Maiev can do some control onto Stitches for sure. I just Fizz gonna stay in that spot. Okay, so it's like a Tyrael Maiev set up with a Falstad main damage. Very interesting. See how they pull it off, but this comp looks pretty scary here from Best of Buddies. Let's go game number 3, possibly the last one in the series. If Durotan's Couch has anything to say about it, let's read them once again. Idioms on Falstad, Goliath on the Rhaegar, I Just Fizz playing Maiev, Wildcard on the Blaze, and Yawners on Tyrael. On the right and the red, Best of Buddies, Bob on Dahaka, Taki playing Brightwing, Moon is on the Vala, Compute on the Junkrat, and Mr. Christie is playing Stitches. Some swapperoos on the role types there. The hero choices. First hook. Just misses, I Just Fizzed. Tyrael using that sort of anti-wave clear with the shielding. Huge stun from Blaze hitting everybody. Bob in some trouble here, having to dig back to safety. Whoa! Bob gets out with about 60 health there. Hook onto Idioms, but still had a barrel roll. And Durotan's Couch definitely setting the pace this time. Yeah, Moon playing Vala here. Yeah, Moon, is it Moon on the ball? Yeah, Bob's on Dahaka, Moon's on the Vala. So that's 3 different heroes, I believe, that have now played Vala for Best of Buddies. Taki pulled back in, Fan of Knives resets are coming through. Taki in a world of trouble. Oh, the Junkrat goes down as well. Quick double kill here for Durotan's Couch as they start up their top left camp. Vala is going stacks on one. We've got Gathering Storm here for Falstad. And Rising Storm, I believe. No, Stormcaller is the talent name for the shield stacking talent on the Rhaegar. I Just Fizz coming across, going to put some pressure onto Mr. Christie. But no camp steal to be had for Durotan's Couch. Sappers will be split there by Junkrat as they continue their charge in. Durotan's Couch playing very aggressive and up front with their sort of pseudo double support setup. Falstad right now covering the mid rotation to match Brightwing. I Just Fizzed. Oh, gets a pull onto 3. Moon in major trouble. Vala's going to go down. Compute in trouble as well. Stitches falls. It's a triple kill for Durotan's Couch in the bottom lane. And I Just Fizzed is bringing the noise on this Maiev right now. Best of Buddies going to have to make some major adjustments here to deal with that frontline pressure.
Be ready. You must capture
Triple altar phase coming up. Rhaegar waiting on the bottom side, but Vala showing in wave. Looks like Durotan's Couch not wanting to give away top right for free. Rhaegar definitely not going to be able to guard the bottom, though. Goliath moves away. Yawner's in the area, though. Here comes Maiev. They're going to try to match here, so Falstad going to be bugging the top right while Blaze gets top left. Taki is channeling. I Just Fizz. Oh, missed with the fan! Taki is going to finish that channel. So it's still going to be... Uh-oh, Polymorph onto the front. Tyrael has to get some movement speed to get out. I Just Fizzed in trouble. Tries to jump to safety. Wildcard on the flank, looking for Moon. Gets the stun! And Vala will fall. Mr. Christie pulled back in there. Stitch is going to be blocked in. Is there enough damage, though? Still ends up being a 2-for-1 as Durotan's Couch got both of the top channels. Mr. Christie with enough health to wiggle back to safety. My goodness. Durotan's Couch. 6 takedowns so far. They're grabbing their sapper camps here on the top left. We'll see if they're going to try for a camp invade this time. Blaze in the mid, could come join. Here comes Yonners. Gonna be polymorphed, and here comes the crew. Just Fizz trying to get a pull, finds it onto 2 here. Taki yoinked in, but Just Fizz taking a ton of return damage there. 3 health and counting. There goes Maiev. Wildcard thrown into the back there by Junkrat is out on an island here. Stuns onto 3, but is ultimately going to go down. Hook comes out onto Goliath as well. Best of buddies with a triple kill will strike back saying, no, we're not gonna lie down here. They get the camp, they get the kills, and now the altar spawning in the bottom lane. Durotan's couch getting a little bit confident there. They get checked by Best of Buddies.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Sappers will crash. Here on the bottom side, Just Fizz looking for compute. Didn't quite land it. 10s are close here as the altars are spawning. Here comes Falstad and Rhaegar. Peel back stun onto Mr. Christie. Stitches will have to abandon and will fall. Durotan's couch get the takedown and get their 10s. Looks like they're going to get the pull as well. Containment disc out onto Vala. Wildcard, a little bit early on the stun, but the silence afterwards means they're going to be just fine. Ends up being a double for Durotan's couch. They get the channel, and now they're looking at bottom lane. You saw some of the ults there. Blaze picking up the bunker, containment disc for Maiev, Mighty Gust, Sanctification, and Ancestral Healing to round it out for Durotan's couch. Or Best of Buddies. We've got, there's the Gorge onto Tyrael. Trying to bring Yonners into the pain zone. Nice polymorph timing, and Tyrael will fall. Getting some CDR on that explosion. Ooh, ISO goes out onto Falstad. Quick cleanse from Goliath. Can Goliath get away, though? Just doubling back, avoids that hook. Checking out the rest of those 10s from Best of Buddies. Rain of Vengeance, Gorge, Riptire, Isolation, and Blink Heal. Now Best of Buddies pushing forward. Tyrael is back, though. Yonner's on the flank, looking for compute. There's the burst from Falstad. Can they catch up? Nice Rain of Vengeance peel. Idiom's trying to get in range for another Hammerang. I am wanting some knife resets, but didn't get the double hit there. Single altar phase coming up next. Best of Buddies wanting to soak out that 13 to make Mr. Christie that much more of a threat. Left side camp taken. Are Durotan's couch gonna try for it again? Yonners threatens. There's the root onto Rhaegar. Yonners is gonna go for it, gets bumped off the point. Camp taken by Best of Buddies. There's the Sanctification. They want a full-on fight here. Pull onto Moon as Maiev is put into the belly. Bob in the front is gonna get stunned. Goliath has to get the self-save with the Ancestral. Mighty Gust, Just Fizz. Oh, still gonna be taken out by Junkrat. Yonners gets taken out as well. Moon will survive the Tyrael death explosion. Best of Buddies get the better of that exchange. And Durotan's couch, so far their second unsuccessful camp invade. We'll see if they're gonna keep trying here as the game goes on. Best of Buddies gonna use their time to try to push through this bottom lane. 13s are now here. Stitches has the long hook. Bottom fort claimed by the red team. Wildcard will find Bob on the rotation, just throwing out a little bit of damage, being on their way. Mr. Christie thinking about a blind hook here. Yonners is spotted. Just Fizz, was looking for Moon and Computex there, but didn't get the auto. Tyrael gonna be gorged into the back line as Blaze trying to catch up. Yonners stunned there. He's pretty low, and Tyrael will fall. Maiev has to get out of trouble there as Goliath and Wildcard take the long way out. Nice pounce there by Best of Buddies. Starting to look more and more in control with this Stitches comp. Blaze trying to control Dahaka in the mid as a double alter phase is coming up next. Durotan's couch now all back, but not really around this bottom lane. Instead, Falstad going up to the top side with Goliath here. 3 in the mid for Durotan's couch. They're going to try to just put pressure on the other 2 lanes and force Best of Buddies to vacate the bottom side. Mr. Christie looking here. They're just going to move in onto Stitches, try to get Mr. Christie pulled back into trouble. There's the stun from Blaze. Bottom side channel is claimed as the Sanctification is used. Drag from Bob is good onto Idioms, but there's the Ancestral bringing Falstad back to full. Gorge goes out onto Rhaegar, but Wildcard chasing. Goliath very, very low here, gets a bit of shielding, but Rhaegar will still go down. Idioms gets the Mighty Gust to try to escape here. Tyrael's run down by Dahaka. Wildcard peeling for Idioms. Oh, and actually gets the turnaround takedown. Can Wildcard and Idioms escape here? Moon with the vaults is going to get the double takedown. Ends up being 4 for 1 and 10 shots into the core for Best of Buddies. Can they further lock down this map? Showing this Stitches comp has the goods here. Best of Buddies now taking a 5th structure before cleaning up the bottom lane sappers. Durotan's couch, they've got to wait for this one to become available to hit. Mr. Christie throws it over the gate. Oh, and finds Rhaegar, the blind hook on the rotation. They're going to get the stun. Mighty Gust is not going to be enough. Rhaegar is picked off. Another hook attempt from Stitches lands onto the minion that time. And Best of Buddies in full control here on Towers of Doom. Sapper's going to be walked across here in the bottom lane. Durotan's couch tries to take back their mid tower. Hook goes out onto Yonners. There's the polymorph. No Gorge just yet. Tyrael will get back over the wall. Compute stepping way forward here as Wildcard gets the slow. Here comes Brightwing though. Nice pull by Maiev. Can they get it? The blink heals are crazy. There's the... Oh my gosh, Wildcard stuns everybody. There goes Brightwing. There goes Junkrat. Fallen next to Fall. Yonners is so low though. Tyrael will go down, but now the bomb from Tyrael is going to help take down Stitches. Mr. Christie trying to walk away. Bob with the movement speed is not enough. Durotan's couch looked like they possibly were getting caught there, but somehow, once again, they turn it into a huge team fight victory. At the beginning of this triple altar phase, they're only going to get 3 shots for each of these as, oh no, Goliath is pulled in. There's no extra damage though. Can Rhaegar get away? Taking damage from the kill zone will heal up. 6 shots go through. Goliath able to get away there. Mr. Christie thinking about another hook. It's going to land onto Blaze this time. Wildcard polymorphed is just going to walk away. Still ends up being only 9 shots, but could have been so much worse there for Durotan's couch. They're going to take back this bottom lane tower as well. And what was looking like possibly an insurmountable lead, Durotan's couch is right back in it. Top lane sappers are claimed. Junkrat warding the boss here. Gorge in 10 seconds. Durotan's couch starting their rotation towards the bottom lane. Left side sapper is up. Stitches just lurking. Ready to engage at a moment's notice. Maiev scouted there by the trap. Mr. Christie gonna try possibly a blind hook over the wall. There's the hook. It goes right down the middle. Sapper's gonna be walking through the bottom lane. Best of Buddies. Gonna get their own camp going. Getting close to 20s.
The altars rise.
Hook goes out onto Tyrael. There's the Gorge. They're going to try it onto Tyrael here. Going to drop him onto a silencing trap. There's the stun. There's the root. Gust is good. There's the double ult. Is going to save Tyrael. Fadeaway hook not landing onto Idioms as our next double altar phase is activating in the top lane. Gorge down for another 40 seconds here. Maiev, ooh. Puts the containment onto Dahaka. There's the hook onto Wildcard. Dahaka avoids the ult. Compute is channeling here. Can Yawner's interrupt? Channel completed on the left by Best of Buddies, but the fight is on. Wildcard stuns the backline, is going to get just CC'd to death. Blaze goes down. Yawner's in the mix, trying to survive here, but there goes Tyrael. Bob trying to chase down Idioms. The cleanse is not enough. Falstad will be taken out here. Compute moving away. Moon is going to fall, though. I just fizzed, double jumping back to safety. Bob is taken out by the tower. Goliath falls, as does I just fizzed. 5 for 2 for Best of Buddies, getting the best of that one for sure. My goodness. There's still one channel left on the top right. Junkrat gonna try to take this bottom lane, get the extra shot. Needs a minion wave to arrive here though, or is gonna start taking some damage. Stitch is trying to take down mid, but Yawner's is returning to the battlefield here. Doesn't look like they're going to get the mid. Bottom side goes down, and Brightwing's going to get the channel. Durotan's couch slowly starting to come back to the battlefield here. Best of Buddies trying to take the mid lane next. Mr. Christie, hook. Does not land. Falstad Tyrael going to be working on the bottom lane as now Best of Buddies rotating to respond. Mr. Christie coming around the outside here. Idioms rolls back. Hook comes out, does not land. Rhaegar with enough spacing. Durotan's couch wrapping around the outside here. Blaze gonna be hooked in. There's the polymorph. Bunker comes on out. Durotan's couch. Are they just gonna try to come fight? Moon and Compute are way separated. Vala goes down. Idiom's pushing them all under the left side. Stitch is put into the containment disc as Bob is on an island here. Gigantic isolation onto everyone. Is it gonna be enough? Falstad is pulled into the kill zone. Idiom's trying to roll back to safety. Wildcard alone in the back. The splashing Ancestral getting everyone healed up. Bob and Taki trying to escape on the top side. Compute gonna be left alone and taken down. Durotan's couch get the double. Can they find more? Idiom's chasing on forward here. Gonna be polymorphed. Doesn't want to be hooked into fort range though. Durotan's couch once again looking like on the brink of defeat. Fight their way back here. Double altar phase is activating. They've got to worry about that mid lane. Mid lane is going to fall with just a breath here. Mr. Christie going to look for a hook. Oh, Wildcard opens the door. Goliath going to get back to safety though. 10 more seconds on the Gorge. Next hook lands. It's the hook CDR. They have enough channels here. There's the stun out onto Yawner's. Had the sword set up. Channel completed. Maiev is put into the Gorge. Uh-oh. Idioms gusting 3 away. Yawner's in trouble. Rain of Vengeance does not hit from Moon. Taki in all sorts of trouble here. Was trying to move away. Gets put into the containment disc. Bob in the back is going to find the kill onto Falstad. That's a big takedown there for Best of Buddies. Trading out for Dahaka here. I just fizzed looking for Moon. There is the stuns. Wildcard misses with the jet propulsion, though. That's Rhaegar going down. Maiev falls as well. Moon, it gets healed up. There goes Wildcard, and Tyrael will fall. It's a 5 for 1 for Best of Buddies. Only 7 core health remaining. What can they do here? Sappers are up in the bottom lane. 2 waves of them. Boss is available. Do they have the time to get these Sappers in and the boss? Moon's gonna try to take this down. I don't know if Vala can solo this. Moon's gonna need help from Brightwing here. Moon's gonna need help from Brightwing here. Somehow out. Oh, jeez. Moon. Moon. Call for help, please. Brightwing didn't have the Z available. The boss is gonna reset on health. Oopsie doopsie. Sapper's gonna clash into the fort here so they will not walk it across the line, but it is a double altar phase coming up here in 15 seconds. But Durotan's couch will respawn. Only top lane remains for Durotan's couch. They're all on the way. Idioms pushing Mr. Christie into the fort there. Wildcard on the backside. Compute is absolutely annihilated. Root is out onto Idioms as Moon is being run down by Wildcard. Mr. Christie holding it on the point here, but is now starting to move away. Vala is trying to channel on the bottom side. Idioms in range is polymorphed, but I Just Fizzed has the interrupt. Stitches is taken down. Idioms will fall as well, though. 2 for 1 so far. Blaze finishes up the mid-channel and comes on down. Moon is trying to work here, but there is the big Tyrael ult. Vala will fall. Taki in trouble. Brightwing goes down. Durotan's couch only getting 2 shots out of these. Might be able to hold this and take bottom back. They've taken bottom right. So they're going to get 3, possibly 4 shots out of this. If they can get 5, they can go for boss. Do they have the time? It doesn't look like they do. So Blaze just going to get this channel, putting the core health of Best of Buddies down to 5. This is so tense. Oh my goodness. Durotan's couch, they're going to get boss while they have the chance and set the core health of Best of Buddies down to 1. Sapper's available in the top lane. Top fort is a little bit bruised here. Is that their victory condition right now? It looks like the top lane is the focus. They're going to try to take this down and feed in the Sappers. They put a little damage in there. Falstad's still working on the mid fort though. See if Falstad's going to try to fly in and join. The hook does not land. Durotan's couch not going to stay in the top lane.
Has destroyed a fort.
Coming through the mid.
Has destroyed a fort.
Going to start getting the bottom sappers taken. We're looking at a single altar phase next here on the bottom side. Sappers are taken. I think the sappers are going to crash into this fort, though.
Once more, the altars
Single altar phase coming up next. Durotan's couch. If they can take this next one, they will be taking the finals. Hook comes out onto Yonners. Tyrael is taken away. Can Tyrael survive? There's the root, there's the polymorph, and Tyrael is down. Wildcard in trouble. Moves away and is going to get ancestraled. Tyrael already down here. Goliath going to be next to pulled in. Best of Buddies. They're trying to get Goliath. Moving away, though. Rhaegar survives. Compute. Oh, they get the hook onto Falstad. What a pickup. Best of Buddies with the double takedown. They're looking for more. There goes Blaze. They can't win with just this channel, though. They still need 7 shots. They're going to get sappers. They're going to try to get this bottom lane pushing. But they don't control any forts here in the bottom lane. Durotan's couch, the last 2 remaining, going to try to take the top lane.
has destroyed a fort.
4 shots, plus 2. One of the sappers hit the fort. We're 1-1 on core health. GG was... Oh no, he didn't know. Unfork. 1-1 on core health. Currently 49 takedowns this game. Blaze on the way back. Best of Buddies Gonna control the bottom lane. Durotan's Couch trying to finish this up. They see Compute on the way. Mr. Christie looking for another hook. Lands it onto Tyrael. The gust comes out, but the Gorge was already connected. There's the ults coming on through to save Tyrael. Moon on the low side. Trying to take down Blaze. Hook does not connect as the fort goes down. Wildcard surviving. A lot of ults were used there on the side of Durotan's Couch. It's a single altar phase coming up next. It's all coming down to this. Both teams have a structure to retreat to. The last altar is spawning. Durotan's Couch. Idioms having to come down here. One last team fight. Wow. Oh no. Oh no. Wildcard is caught. Has to use the bunker. Wildcard was trying to set up a flank there, but didn't get there quick enough. Pull onto Bob. There's the hook. Lands on I Just Fizzed. There's the push. Taki and Compute pushed away. Silence onto the back line. Goliath is going to be the first to go down. Polymorph out. Tyrael will fall. Idioms trying for a desperate channel, but Compute sees it happening. I Just Fizzed will be taken out here. Idioms and Wildcard all alone. Idioms will go down, and Best of Buddies survives the marathon and will survive in this series. GG, well played. The absolute longest a Towers of Doom game can go. 1-1 on core health, and Best of Buddies. They find the cooldowns they need in those team fights. Durotan's Couch, that close. The Best of Buddies survives and stays alive in this series. Let's go to the post game. Check out the stats here. I Just Fizzed on the Maiev, top hero damage for Durotan's Couch, 86,500 there. Moon on the Vala, nearly 129,000 hero damage for Best of Buddies. 54 takedowns in that 26-minute game. My goodness. Take a look at the talents as we update the scoreboard, and we will get prepped for game number 4. My goodness. Look. Map selects to be had. We're selecting Tomb of the Spider Queen. Our first selection from Best of Buddies, so Durotan's Couch going to have the first pick opportunity. What do you think about that, Goose? He thinks he wants to fight his brother. Goodness gracious, no cat fights on stream. That's not allowed. All right, draft's up. Let's get in there. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 4. Our first map pick from Best of Buddies. See if there's any change in prio for the bans, or if Durotan's Couch is just going to stick with their Johanna Hogger ways. Everybody dance. There's nothing to talk about, so we just dance. Tomb of the Spider Queen, another map we might see Mephisto come out on. Definitely, we might just see the Stitches again. Do Durotan's Couch respect it enough to ban it? They do. So I imagine this leads to either a Johanna or Hogger first pick. As, ooh, Diablo banned by Best of Buddies, starting to see some adjustments in the ban phase. See if that Johanna Hogger control is going to come through. I think you got to ban one of them if you're Durotan's Couch, if you're going to stick with this plan. I think they ban Hogger and try to pick Johanna, but we'll see. What do we got? They're going to ban Hogger. Will Johanna be let through? So if you're best of buddies, you're now not able to take away Tracer and Genji. So do you just leave both up because you can't ban both? I feel like you do, but we'll see what they're thinking here. Because if you ban one of them, you could force them to take the other. They're going to ban the Johanna, though. I was thinking if you ban the Genji, you ban Tracer, you force them to choose between Johanna and Genji, and you just take the other. That could be a way to go as well. But Durotan's Couch, they've got that first pick. Will they snap the Genji, or do they have something else in mind here? Idioms wants that Junkrat back. Do not blame him at all. Best of buddies. No stitches this time. Moon will snap up that Vala, though. Vala been a staple here for best of buddies. Mr. Christie going for the early Muradin. We do have 3 tank spans, so taking the tank before the mid ban, probably a pretty good idea. That leaves mainly a Nubarak left, as Yonners is going to go ahead and snap that Tracer. Goliath goes for the Anduin. What if they take Tracer and Genji? The old triple Overwatch assassin on Tomb of the Spider Queen. It can't go wrong. Best of buddies. Looking across here, they see probably an opportunity to ban another tank. What will the option be? They're going to get rid of Garrosh. I'm wondering if this is a Mei here from Durotan's Couch. Just try to control Vala a little bit. With Anduin, though, I mean, you can do it with Mei. I feel like Anduin Light Bomb with a Nubarak is a little bit more synergistic if you're going to be going for dive engages. But I just really like Maiev control, or Mei control. I mean, Maiev control's pretty good too, but we'll see what the comp's like. Right wing banned out by Durotan's Couch, because they've got their healer already locked up. Best of buddies. They've got the Muradin Vala. See what they are planning to deal with the Tracer. Vala already trades pretty decently into Tracer. Taki goes back to the Stukov here. Compute choosing Dahaka this time. If you can get the stun out, you know, Stukov's been pretty responsive with those lurking arms. So if you manage to catch the Tracer, being able to turn off recall and blink is a pretty big deal. But that's Silence Puddle. Durotan's Couch, last 2 picks. Well, we need some beef. What's the beef gonna be? It's Mal'Ganis for I Just Fizzed, and Wildcard goes for the Sonya. Maximum Mayhem on the front line has been selected by DC. Alright. You want the Mayhem, you got it. Bob responds and says, you know what, we're just gonna take the Zarya and let this Vala carry us to victory. Solid response to Tracer, honestly. Just, you get to keep everyone pretty high health. You got the responsive shields. But again, they're kinda... I feel like they're kinda in that situation they were on Battlefield. If they lose an objective... I mean, Zarya is okay at clearing it, but they've pretty much just got the Vala for doing that. Let's see how they do. Let's do it. Game number 4. On the left in the blue, it's Durotan's Couch. Wildcard on Sonya. Yonner's playing Tracer. Goliath on the Anduin. I Just Fizzed on Mal'Ganis. And Idioms is playing Junkrat. On the right in the red, looking to get their reverse sweep continuing. Best of buddies. Compute is on the Zarya. Taki playing Stukov. Moon is on Vala. Bob playing Dahaka. And Mr. Christie is on Muradin. Game number 4 is underway. No level 1 questing talents selected so far. We'll see what Vala ends up choosing here. Going to be auto attack quest for Vala and health quest for Dahaka. Aren't we all doing our own little health quest every day? Yawner's getting popped there by the Taki combo. I just fizzed. Thinking about going in, but uses that third Fellclaw swipe to move back. And rotations will commence. Bob taking a lot of damage from Sonya early. Tracer was thinking about coming down for a visit. Still thinking about it. Sticks around the mid for the meantime. Mr. Christie doing a good job of warding those rotations, getting the dismounts. Right now, best of buddies looking strong in the early game. Using that early game Zarya power to just hold their position in lane is a big deal for the red team here. Well, they're going for a camp invade. Dahaka's in there. Bob is going to get blasted over the wall. Mr. Christie jumps onto the point, and Durotan's couch decide, you know what, we're not going to deal with this, but they're just going to jump onto Vala here. All of a sudden, things looking a little bit rough. They get the camp steal. Can they further escape? Mal'Ganis cuts them off. No follow-up damage to be found. Camp for a kill? I'd say, you know, possibly worth. Idioms being run down here. Oh, he's going to have to double back. Idioms trying to mount up. Uh-oh. Just gonna go deeper into the pit here. Holding 7 gems. Throws out the taunt to dodge the store bolt. What a gamer. Still drops 7 though. Meanwhile, Durotan's couch gonna take the bottom siege camp. While Best of Buddies sieges the top lane. Mal'Ganis, uh-oh. Put it in the silent zone after being slowed. Oh no, I just fizzed! Oh no! The gems on the ground! No respect at all. Idiom's only going to be able to pick up one of them. Durotan's couch with a couple of blunders here in the early game. That's Stukov Puddle, man. It's pretty nasty. Here it is again. Oh, Angela's there to save that one. Taki dropping off 5 as Best of Buddies now has enough for their turn-in should they throw them all in the bank. Speed Bubble is online now for Zarya. You saw that speeding Vala. Right now, Durotan's couch just getting their feet under him. So far in this series, it's really been level 10 where they've turned it on. We'll see if that's going to be the case here. Definitely behind on gems at this point. Losing, I think, 16 in those 2 deaths. And now Sonya and Dahaka just battling over the bottom turn-in. Bob gets the drag. Wildcard sitting on 16 right now. Uh-oh, there's the stun. Sonya is trying to get out of there, going to be pulled back. Yawner steps up and picks those ones up. I just fizzed grabbing a couple as well. Fellclaws gets behind the gate. But Best of Buddies is fully controlling the pace in the early game here. Mr. Christie setting up for the first turn-in here for Best of Buddies. Is going to get the red web weavers on the way. Ooh, compute. Ooh, nearly caught there in the combo. But the red web weavers are now on the way. We'll see what the defense is like here from Durotan's couch. Junkrat, the main safe clear. Sonya can really step up and solo clear. Yawner's going in there onto compute. 24 gems on Tracer. Yawner's better watch out. Uh-oh, Goliath is going to be caught near the gate. The multi-shot gets the takedown. Anduin falls. Uh-oh. Oh, the web wave is going to get the Tracer. I just fizzed picking up the gems, but there it is. The Stukov Silence Puddle is absolutely MVP so far. Taki just really putting best of buddies on their back here. Bruiser Camp and Midwave taking out that mid fort, no problem. Idiom's on 17 here. Oh my goodness. Durotan's couch. Goliath has the save. Oh my god. If they lost another 17 gems, then they would need a talking to. But we're 6 minutes into the game and there's 2 forts down already. Best of Buddies has their 10s. We've got the Rain of Vengeance, Isolation, Massive Shove. Burden and Zarya still holding. Top boss will be available as we're past the 5-minute mark. Looks like Expulsion Zone and Avatar to round things out for Best of Buddies. Durotan's couch. They need to soak a few more waves to get their level 10s. They do have enough for their first turn in. That's top boss going over to Best of Buddies. Durotan's couch know they can't fight without their 10s. Mid wave cleared, top wave collapsing. They should have their 10s here in just a moment. We'll see what heroics they're going to pick up. Looks like we got Sticky Bomb, Light Bomb, Rip Tire, Carrion Swarm. Sonya going for the leap. Boss will be cleared on the gate here. Mr. Christie is, I think, was sort of half in the gate there and managed to walk through. Wildcard looking for a leap opportunity. There's the Light Bomb moving forward. Yonners blinks it in. Sticky Bomb comes on out. They're just jumping onto Vala, and that will be a takedown here for Durotan's couch. Silence is out onto Mal'Ganis. I just fizzed trying to chase down Taki. There's the Carrion Swarm to run through. Is there enough damage there? Stukov, super low, will go down, but Tracer falls to the lurking arm. The sleep comes through. Mr. Christie's super low here, but so is Sonya. Sonya's going to be the one to go down, and Mr. Christie will survive. Uh-oh, Bob put in there. I just fizzed on 41 gems trying to move away. Ends up being, I think, a 2 for 2 there. As Midwave was still pushing that whole time. Mid-keep wall goes down. Best of Buddies way ahead on the map here. Now damaging a keep at 8 minutes. Compute thrown in. Uh-oh, Compute in some trouble. There's the Sticky Bomb. Zarya is going to get picked off here. Leaf goes out onto Dahaka. Bob is just going to take them on a merry chase for a moment. Dahaka will fall. Bottom lane is taking critical damage here. My goodness. This game is advancing so quickly for Best of Buddies. Already onto tier 2 structures. Already... Are all the gates down? All the keep gates are down. Oh my gosh. I just fizzed trying to drop off 43 here. Can Mr. Christie interrupt? No. Mal'Ganis does drop off. Blue Web Weavers are on the way, but they're pretty pushed into the lanes. Sonya gonna try to deal with the bottom lane. Oh, okay, the lanes are evened out. 13 talent tiers for both sides. Durotan's couch. We'll see how much they can do here with this objective phase. Bruiser camp in the mid for Best of Buddies. Looks like the focus is going to be the top side. Sonya's starting to rotate towards the mid. Big flank from Compute. Yonners and Idioms try to move back. Expulsion Zone is going to trap Tracer here. Anduin gets the save just barely. Zarya trying to get the bomb explosion. Leap in from Sonya. There's the Carrion Swarm. The wildcard is pushed away with that bomb. Stukov is still going to be the one to go down. Root goes out onto Dahaka. The stun train from Mal'Ganis catches, but there's enough regen to get Dahaka back to safety. Objective is going to be going down here. Bob looking for a drag. Double stun from Mr. Christie. My goodness. Bottom lane pushing in, but Bob going to clear that out. Mid lane just crushed the objective with that bruiser camp. And no forts will go down. But Durotan's couch showing they've got that team fight power. See if they can keep it uncorked here. (15-15), but 16 closer for best of buddies. Durotan's couch all in the area here. They do have enough for their next turn in. They don't want to overcommit here with Junkrat in the top lane. Junkrat's also holding the majority of the available gems. Best of buddies just pushing back on the map here, trying to control the vision. Durotan's couch sticking together just in case a fight breaks out. They know they're down 16s. But they also know best of buddies cannot turn in right now. Boss is up again, though. Best of buddies might just go and rip that. They've got the vision advantage. Looks like that is the play. Durotan's couch in the area, but they send idioms to turn in those 32. So it looks like they're just going to try to counter the boss with an objective phase. The clutch is filled, blue team. Go blue it up, blue style. Mid lane's pretty well pushed in. Junkrat trying to clear this bottom wave before the Webweaver spawns. One more minion. It does go down just barely in time. 16 talent tiers for both sides right now. So the Webweavers are going to be cleared pretty much for free. As right now, Durotan's couch focusing on the boss. We'll see if they can save their keep here. Gotta need idioms in the area though. Idioms stopping the wave for a moment and then doubles back and clears that boss. Just like that, Webweaver phase is over. Durotan's couch trying to move up for a fight here. Mr. Christie discovered. Neither team ready for the next turn in, but best of buddies is slightly closer. Bob waiting on the low side here. I just fizzed. Will to get the discover. Drag connects. Anduin has the save. There's the stun. There's the sleep. Light bomb comes out. Yonners tries to go in, but cannot get a light bomb stun. Taki too far away. Wildcard avoids the Stormbolt. Bob with a gigantic drag, though, onto Junkrat. Somehow Idiom's going to survive it. I just fizzed blind as a bat in the middle of the team fight, but is going to be pulled. Ooh, didn't get enough stuns there. Sonya went down, and oh no, Tracer. Tracer starting to move out. The bomb connects, and Tracer goes down. Best of buddies with the double. They have enough for their next turn in. Are they just going to double back and get these in? It looks like the answer is yes. Durotan's couch went out there looking for a fight, but it did not go their way. Now top keep is almost certainly going to be going down. The rest of their keeps are not defended. They could be losing a lot of structures here. Sonya about to be back. Tracer's on the way. These Webweavers are poised to do pretty critical damage to the blue team. Tracer on the way back. Durotan's couch. Are they going to try to start a big fight here? I just fizzed goes in. Wildcard wants a big leap on the top side. ISO goes out onto Wildcard. Yonner's diving onto Moon. There's the silence. Tracer has to get away, but oh no, the expulsion zone is going to lock Yonner's in there. Goes over the silence puddle, and Tracer goes down. Best of buddies pressuring multiple lanes here. Top keep is going to fall. Mid keep is going to fall. And they're going to look at the core here. bottom keep fell as well. The Web Weavers are moving in. Durotan's Couch with 4 on the defense. Can they stick around? Junkrat going to be taken out and the core shielding is gone. I just fizzed in Wildcard trying to create some space here, but the core rapidly depleting. This looks like it's going to be it. Sonya goes down, Anduin is going to go down, and Best of Buddies takes a quick one on Tomb of the Spider Queen. We're going to a game number 5. My goodness, Best of Buddies roaring back in this series, on the edge of defeat in game number 3, looking fantastic in game number 4. Can they complete the reverse sweep, or can Durotan's Couch hang on? Let's go to the post game. Checking out the stats here. Idioms on the Junkrat leading the way in all categories for Durotan's Couch. Top siege, top hero damage, top experience. Bob on the Dahaka actually topping out the hero damage for Best of Buddies there, as well as the self-regen and the experience gain. Take a look at the talents, update the scoreboard, and prep for Game 5. Goodness gracious me, what a series we have. Only 3 maps were remaining. They opted for Alterac Pass as our final map of the night. Braxis and Garden, the ignored maps in this series, as we took it all the way to the finish here. Just waiting on the final readies from our teams and we'll get going. We'll take some cat time. He's a good guy. Finally get him back in the bed. All summer long it was too hot in here. He didn't want to be up in the bed. Wanted to be down on the floor where it was cooler. Oh, alright. The R's are coming out. Let's fly into the draft once they hit that go button. See if the lobby host realizes it. There they go. Our final draft of the evening. Durotan's Couch will be first to act here. Let's see what they're cooking up on Alterac Pass. Do they stick with the Stitches ban? Do they pick the Stitches themselves? A true gamer move. Not the good ban. Understandable. Stitches kind of gave him the business there. Don't want to see it again. Diablo will be removed by Best of Buddies. We're going to get rid of the Vala this time. Okay. That says a lot. I mean, it's been 4 games of Vala in a row, don't get me wrong. But Hogger is far and away the best individual hero on Alterac Pass. Wildcard recognizes it and is just going to go ahead and pick it up. Best of Buddies with the chance to respond here. No Vol is allowed. Moon going for the Muradin. Candy King is online. What's the pairing that we see? Compute takes that Junkrat. Junkrat been a big one in the series, contested by both sides. I want to see Chrome. We'll see if it happens. Goliath taking the Rhaegar. Idiom's going to go for a Tychus, our first Tychus of the day. Solid hero overall, and it's also, as Hogger, very nice to not have to play into a Tychus, and it puts some good pressure onto Muradin. I was playing Muradin a couple weeks ago into Tychus Leoric, and that was a miserable experience, I'll tell you that. Garrosh banned away as once again we got a bit of a tank choke going. As it is Alterac Pass, you gotta respect the Anubarak, though. Anubarak, with the beetle spawning, has a unique ability to solo the objective. So we'll see if that's on the radar here for Durotan's couch. As they will ban away Dahaka, pushing Bob onto something else here. Blaze is open. That would be probably the most likely pick, but let's see if they've got something else in mind. Stukov is up, and Taki just ripped through Durotan's couch on that. Yeah, it's going to take the Stukov again. Mr. Christie going for ETC. So we got an off-lane ETC go, and I Just Fizz says, give me the Deathwing now. We're doing Deathwing cheese interrupt shenanigans. Don't do Samuro. Don't tell me you're doing the Samuro Deathwing. Are you going full cheese on me, Durotan's couch? Okay, Yonner's gonna take Jaina. Okay. Yeah, we got a Deathwing main tank here in game number 5 of our Nexus Division Grand Finals. And I Just Fizz was ready to take that immediately. It's Deathwing cheesery at its finest here on Alterac Pass. Bob on the last pick. Gonna go for the Falstad. Get some off-lane push going. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening right now. Deathwing can do a lot of interesting things in terms of delaying channels and just being a big unstoppable force into ETC, Murid, and Stukov is kind of nice. But is it enough protection for Tychus and Jaina? Only time will tell. Let's do it. Game number 5. On the left in the blue, for the last time tonight, is Durotan's couch. Yonner's on Jaina, Goliath on the Rhaegar, Wildcard on Hogger, I Just Fizzed on the Deathwing, and who did I miss? Idiom's on Tychus. On the right in the red, taking us all the way to the best of 5 final best of buddies. Taki on Stukov, Mr. Christie on ETC, Bob is on the Falstad, Moon playing Muradin, and Compute on Junkrat. Deathwing doing a little dive after Junkrat there. As the mid-wave will collapse. Deathwing going straight into the back there. Actually dealing a not insignificant amount of damage to start things off. I Just Fizzed using that melee healing. On level 1 for the Deathwing, that's the Dragon Soul. Bob still has the barrel roll, we'll get out of trouble there. We're approaching the 1 minute mark, so Rhaegar gonna go back to get that started. Hogger actually in the top lane right now, trying to deal with ETC. So we don't get to play my favorite game, which is Hogger versus entire enemy team. Who will take the camp? Maybe we'll get that at some point. Spoiler alert, Hogger always wins. Wildcard getting some regen there. Mr. Christie kind of getting the better of this exchange for now. Did go for Guitar Hero. So that is the off-lane ETC usual talent. Trying to keep an eye on Hogger's health bar. Hogger is kind of being given the business right now. Wildcard. Oh, jeez. kind of playing with fire up there in the top lane. There's the slide. Can Mr. Christie get the last auto? Just barely not. Wildcard having a rough time up there. Might need some relief soon. Yonner's displaced as well as Tychus. Idiom's going to drive him back with the overkill, though. Ooh, Tychus in a spot of trouble, gets silenced, is going to wiggle around the concussion mine. Uh-oh. Idiom's has 1 dash, gets behind the gate.
Our scouts report that the horde's keeping some of our soldiers prisoners. Get
Mr.
ready
Christie
to free
just
them.
whacking away here. Augur. If there were auto attack stacks on ETC, he'd have a lot. First objective phase is coming through. Wildcard once again. A little bit stuck here. Back camps are up. Durotan's couch getting theirs going. Best of buddies trying to rip through theirs quickly as well. Keep an eye on this top lane matchup. Wildcard having to get behind the gate for a moment. Deathwing trying to come across and get this channel. Those minions need to be cleared first. Idioms will be interrupted. Compute. Oh, didn't get the concussion mine. Was trying to do it with the grenades. But the channel will start here for Durotan's couch. Moon trying to go into the back line, but Tychus just activates the minigun here. Bob putting the hurt onto Idioms. Fizz just working in the mix here. Has to Cataclysm back to safety. Is it enough though? No! Goes right into the waiting grenade. Taki is kind of... Oh, jeez. Taki was sort of sitting in the Cataclysm flames for a moment, but had enough health to get through. Objective stopped at 7.4 seconds remaining. Jaina gonna get the first interrupt. Taki finishes the channel before Deathwing can get back. Compute taking a large hit there. But Taki's got the heals. Deathwing gonna drop into the fray here. Taki and Compute a little bit low. Tychus, though, is gonna be going down. Looks like we've got a disconnect, though. Bring it back to me. Luckily, that disconnects in the top lane. Hopefully we'll get Mr. Christie back in a moment. Oh, looks like they're already good. Wait for the 3, 2, 1 and we'll jump back. Here's the second R. Back into the action here. Fizz trying to run after Taki. There's the slow, and Stukov will be taken down. Can Goliath get this channel, though? Moon is low, is going to be taken out. Can they channel it? No, the channel stopped. Or the channel has not stopped, I should say, as Falstad taken out. Wildcard trying to run after Compute, but best of buddies do claim the first objective phase. Riders on the way here for the red team. Looks like mid going to be cleared out pretty well on the spot. Falstad going up to the top lane to try to ward off Tychus. As mid is finished off. Idioms gets behind the gate. Oh, Hogger actually run down in the bottom lane. Couldn't get the camera there fast enough, but Taki and Compute take out the Knoll Warband leader. Ooh, silence goes out. Goliath trying to run away here. Fizz coming on down, working on Taki once again, but Yawners and Goliath in the backline are just getting run through. Jaina will fall, and it looks like this fort is going to fall as well. Don't know if Cataclysm... No, Cataclysm's not available. Fizz gonna have to try to just rely on this Incinerate healing. Is kind of just fighting through everybody. Compute is a little bit low here. Moon low as well, my goodness. That pulsing damage from Deathwing was really starting to do some damage there. How you doing, Kalis? Good first phase there from Best of Buddies. 10s are online. Looking at Best of Buddies, we got Avatar, Riptire, Massive Shove, Mighty Gust, and Stage Dive. For Durotan's Couch, Shockwave, Odin, Bellowing Roar, Ancestral Healing, and Water Elemental. Looks like Best of Buddies working on top boss here. ZTC is being run through by Deathwing. Down to half. Mid is being pushed. It doesn't look like Deathwing's going to be able to get in the air and join this. Goliath sees top boss is happening, but nice take there from Best of Buddies. Moon tries to get the stun. Nice free cleanse there onto Yawners. Water Elemental comes on out. Bob a little bit low there as I Just Fizzed arrives. Moon trying to get the stun once again. Yawners just wiggles away. Ooh, Deathwing hits the Bellowing Roar, is going to try to walk it away, but that Riptire is going to be the end. Oh, but Falstad is countered, taken down. Shockwave plus Tychus range finishes off the Falstad. Boss to be cleared in the top lane. Looks like the fort will be preserved. Pretty even on the takedowns so far, pretty even on the levels, but Best of Buddies definitely ahead on the map right now after taking the first objective. Best of Buddies getting their mid camp rolling before the prisoners unlock. Goliath starting up the left side camp here for Durotan's Couch. Deathwing is back, trying to control the bottom lane right now. Gonna have to head to the skies to try to interrupt this channel, but Wildcard's got it for now. Burning Loot Horde doing some work as Tychus has the next one. Deathwing walking it on up here. Taki finishes the channel. Bellowing Roar catches two here. Can they get the Stuk off? They can. Mr. Christie arrives, but arrives into... Oh, it's going to be a 4v4 as Hogger caught on the stun train. I Just Fizz trying to run everyone down here. Moon taking some damage, pops the Avatar. Riptire pushing I Just Fizzed into the back line. Molten Breath comes on out, and ETC is taken out by Tychus. Now Moon very low. Gets a nice stun onto two, though. Goliath self-heal is enough. Deathwing takes to the skies, ends up being a 2-for-1 here for Durotan's Couch. But looking a little worse for wear. Stukov's on the way back. Compute a little bit low as Deathwing not going to be able to chase there. Deathwing drops down onto the fort to tap and rejoin. Trying to slow down Murden, but Moon Dwarf Toss is enough to escape. Bob flanking on the edge here. Falstad walking way up there. Wildcard, nice stun there onto Moon as Hogger is a little bit split right now. I Just Fizz taking some poke damage. Yawners pops the Water Elemental to try to duel Bob. Looks like the Water Elemental still running them down in the back line. All the while, ETC's pushing up the bottom lane. Gonna use that stage dive to rejoin the fight. Goliath, taking up quite a bit of damage there. Still able to escape. Uh-oh, ETC forces Goliath to further retreat. I Just Fizzed, I think for the first time in this game, going into ranged mode to interrupt this objective channel. Is going to go over the top here with the Cataclysm, catching everybody. Bellowing Roar onto 4. Compute in some trouble here, but Bob with a great gust. Is it enough to secure the escape here? Looks like it is. Deathwing has to move away, but Wildcard is going to double stun here onto Moon, but wow, the silence is just too much, and Hogger goes down. Idioms is taken out as well. Best of buddies with the double, and they're going to start this channel once again. Mid taking a bit of damage here, but Bob now with the time to clear that up. Deathwing not able to come down and stop this, so it's going to be Red Riders on the way here. Butte trying to take this down, but may need a little bit of help.
The Horde's raiders will be here soon.
See if Junkrat can do it. Yeah, Junkrat's got it. Junkrat's got it. 16 Talontier is ready on both sides. Top fort will definitely be going down with ETC warding it forward. Mid lane will be the focus for both squads. A lot of circles on the ground here for Durotan's Couch trying to clear this away. It cleared up pretty effectively there by Durotan's Couch. Of course, top is being pushed in. They're going to have to respond to that, and that might just be Best of Buddies stepping up and taking the fort anyway. Moon, Moon is still taking damage, has to pop the Avatar, jumps back towards the fort as the Water Elemental gives chase. Going to be blown up, though, by the Riptire. I just fizzed going in there. Bellowing Roar only going to hit ETC. Tychus clearing the top lane, bottom lane being taken out here by the keep wall. Mid fort does ultimately fall as Durotan's Couch had to respond to the bottom lane. So they still got all their keeps, but all forts are now down. Best of Buddies thinking about the top boss once again. Durotan's Couch going to rip their mid camp, probably look at bottom boss. Looks like they are on the way to do that. Drops in just in case. And it'll be a boss for boss tree. Falstad clearing away the mid camp, good use of the global there, and now boss will be pushing onto a damaged top wall of Durotan's Couch. They're just going to full back and defend. Best of Buddies getting their mid camp out of the way, so we're now on sort of a altered cycle between the two teams for that mid camp.
You know what to do.
Boss won't do too much, but it might wipe up the rest of this wall. See how many swings it gets in there. Not quite, but the wall is, for all intents and purposes, down. Bottom boss going to get cleared away onto the fort. And we're just kind of looking at the next objective phase. But Best of Buddies about to have their 20s. Durotan's Couch is not close right now. See if I Just Fizzed can delay this for long enough. Just throwing out abilities, but going to be chased out of the range here. And Best of Buddies starts the channel. Jaina Hogger going to push the top lane for a moment. Durotan's Couch not going to put too significant an effort into taking this back. Instead, just going to set up for the defense. Compute coming across, Taki too. Moon might jump this wall. Stage dive comes through, but it's going to be too late. Camp already taken by Durotan's Couch. 17 seconds and counting. Durotan's Couch grouping in the mid. They want to get their 20s before a major fight breaks out. So they're just going to have to sit back and defend.
Taken out camp. Get ready to stop their raider.
Raiders are on the way. Best of Buddies wants to get a keep down here if they can. Durotan's Couch going to do their best to get a split defense going. Falstad going to push the top lane. Looks like mid is going to be the first focus for Best of Buddies. '20s are close, but not here just yet for Durotan's Couch. Wildcard not wanting to be caught on that gate. Using the lurking arm to cover the, the concussion mine. Durotan's couch knew it was there. Riptire comes on out, clearing a bit of health away from Deathwing. Augur spins out of trouble. Idioms with the Odin tries to clear away mid, is doing so fairly effectively. Top keep is going to go down, though. Bottom keep in trouble as well. Durotan's couch about to have their 20s, but they're about to be down 2 keeps. Moon over the top looking for Yawners. Finds a stun. Double stun. They're looking at Tychus here. There's the splash heal. It is going to land. Keeps are down, though. Mighty Gust pushes Durotan's couch back into the mid lane. Core is starting to take damage, but it is clearing up these objective phases. I Just Fizzed is very low. Moon low as well. Mr. Christie trying to get out. Compute is going to be caught by Wildcard. Durotan's couch trying to keep this chase going. Mr. Christie with one slide back to safety. Massive shove puts Rhaegar back into the base. Taki gonna have to be sacrificed, though. Durotan's couch lose 2 of their keeps. Bosses are not available just yet, still a minute on those, so all they can really do is try to stabilize their lanes. Best of buddies. They've got pressure in the top, they've got the mid camp rolling now. They're looking at Hogger in the bottom lane. ETC going for the wide flank. Wildcard sees Bob. There's the dismount. 10 seconds on Shockwave. Oh, Hogger is picked off. Unfortunate there for Durotan's couch. Are they going to have to try to take this fight anyway? Mr. Christie is low. Slides back to safety. Moon low jumps away as well. Prison camps are coming up. Durotan's couch, they know they've got to try it anyway. Moon pops the avatar just in case. Now Bob coming around the outside. Looking to flank here. Junkrat's still in the mid. Stukov is on the way. I Just Fizz, big fear. Trying to trade onto Bob, but Deathwing is in a tough spot here. There's the jump, and there's the takedown. Staggered death. ETC is going to land onto 3 here. Yawner's in big, big trouble. Best of buddies. They're getting the kills they need. Can they go for the core? They're stacked up as 5. It's going to be 2 on the defense. Hogger coming through. Best of buddies. Can they complete the reverse sweep? They're onto the core. Hogger in the back line trying to stop Compute. There's the stun. There's the shockwave. That's Junkrat going down, but the core taking major damage, and Hogger will fall. It's only Rhaegar and Tychus. Taki is low, though. That's Stukov going down, and Best of Buddies are going to have to retreat. They don't get the core. The core is going to go back to full. They're going to try to peel back and get the bottom boss. These 3, they should be able to do it. Unless Deathwing drops in. Deathwing can't see it, though. Needs Tychus and Rhaegar to get here. Idioms and Goliath are doing it. They're trying to give Deathwing a spot. Deathwing is going to drop in. I Just Fizzed is on the point. Best of Buddies has to retreat. The Mighty Gust doesn't push Deathwing, and the boss is taken by Durotan's couch. Unreal. That Durotan's couch is still in this match. They're looking at the objective. They're looking at possibly top boss. Hogger defending the top lane push. They've still got a bit of core shielding left. Bottom fort goes down. Durotan's couch, they're taking the top boss. If they can take top boss and they can take objective, they might actually have a chance at pushing this core. They are as 5 right now. Boss is taken. They're moving on down towards the objective. I Just Fizzed is going to get into tank mode here. No, getting into ranged mode, I should say. Moon caught on the low side. Wildcard pushed away by Junkrat. Idioms has to watch out for that concussion mine. And the standoff continues. Midkeep is in trouble with that camp pushing. They're going to have to back away and clear it. I Just Fizz puts down the lava pool, but has to watch out. That damage is going to stack up. Durotan's Couch has to move and clear that mid. Yawners, oh, wiggles by the wall. There's the unstoppable from Hogger. Camp is starting here. Durotan's Couch, they know they've got to move in on this. They're not going to be able to survive another wave. 40 seconds they've got. I Just Fizzed is going over the wall. They're starting now. There's the stuns. Stunned onto 2. Taki is down. Mr. Christie in trouble. There's the shockwave. ETC is down. The minions are stopping the channel. Oh my goodness. Durotan's Couch continues to chase. Compute is going to get away from trouble here, and Durotan's Couch is going to start this channel. Bellowing Roar catches Muradin. Idioms is out of the mech. 30 seconds and counting. Augur in the area. I Just Fizz looking for a way to get back in the air and heal. Will have the opportunity. Best of Buddies. Gonna have to stand up here for the defense. They're not going to be able to stop this objective channel. Compute pokes in. They don't have a flank opportunity without Stukov and ETC. For the first time in the game, the Blue Riders are on the way. Bottom wave is absolutely stacked. Mid is being cleared up. Durotan's Couch, this is their opportunity. Can they ride this wave to victory? Best of Buddies are full strength once again. The Riders are on the way. Falstad and ETC are split off. Mid fort goes down. The Riders are going to start to crash here. They are staggered. ETC is stopping that top wave. Bottom is stalled out as well. Moon taking some damage on the front line as the Rider down to half health and counting, but this keep is being ripped apart here. There's the stun onto the front. ETC diving onto everybody though. Mr. Christie pushing Wildcard into the back. Somehow Hogger is gonna live. Wildcard receives the heal. I Just Fizz still at full health. They're looking at Moon. Muradin goes down. Durotan's Couch continues their assault. Taki gets hit. There's Stukov. The core is now under pressure. The keeps are under pressure as well. The core still has some armor, but that's quickly going to be shredded. Durotan's Couch. They've got to watch out for those big bombs from Bob. Core shielding is starting to get peeled away. It is down to half health. Have they done it? Durotan's Couch trying to finish it off. The core is low, and they've saved themselves. Unbelievable. Durotan's Couch are your champions. How did they do it? They were holding on by a pinky on the cliff's edge. Best of Buddies. Oh my goodness, it was so close. So many instances. If Durotan's Couch hadn't played it perfectly, they were done. If they hadn't made that bottom boss play, they were done. If they hadn't defended perfectly just before that, they were done. They had to win multiple team fights. And somehow they pushed through and saved their series. Unbelievable stuff. Durotan's Couch are your champions. Best of Buddies put up one of the best fights I've ever seen in a best of 5. What a series. Let's go to the post game. Check out the stats here. I Just Fizzed on the Deathwing nearly 100,000 hero damage in that frontline Deathwing roll for Durotan's Couch. Compute on the Junkrat Almost 89,000 in the effort there. Unbelievable work by both of these teams. But Durotan's Couch, they had exactly one path back. And they stayed on it. They capitalized. Man, what a series. We'll take a look at the talents and we'll see if we can get an interview with our winning squad. Keep an eye out for him here. Give him a little message. Just keeping an eye on the Discord here. What a series indeed.
Hello.
Down here.
Hello, hello. The team's pouring in. What a series. How does it feel after? Gosh, we had some quick games in the early, but those were some long games. How's the team feeling right now?
It feels good, man.
Feels good, man.
It's good.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, what can you say about a series like that? Well, let's start on game number 3, Towers of Doom. 1-1
The
core
Indian game?
health. Have you
That's a
ever
great game.
played such a long Towers of Doom game before?
God no. I mean, it basically can get longer, right? It was 1-1.
It was 1-1. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you
that was
just
like that as well. That was
yeah.
1-1. So
This
we
is
have
true.
played one before, like it.
Yeah, it was an extremely close game on Towers, and they did a really good job playing their comp. I'm really happy with how we got back into it, and then yeah, that's so close. It's so close. Really fun game.
I mean, this from my
I
end,
went
this
by 9 times.
really seemed like a big draft battle every game. Around game 3-4, it looked like your draft plan did change a little. It was the Johanna Hogger off the top. At what point did you feel like, it's time to start editing those priorities?
Sheldon?
Well, I think we like. Obviously, when you start losing games, you gotta rethink some strategies there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we kind of like, obviously that Stitches in Towers of Doom just felt absolutely oppressive, even though it was so close. The Stitches made it feel like it wasn't close. Like so many just.
He landed a lot of hooks over walls
Yeah.
when we were trying to cap that point, and
Yeah,
on their side top. He
from
just
really
hooked
great angles
everybody.
too, all over the map. So like, yeah, like obviously the Stitches, even if it did, like, it definitely kept them in the game really, really well, but it definitely damaged my mentality. I don't know about you guys. I was like, oh man, this can't happen again. I can't live with this.
Yeah, Goliath was shattered after that game.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
he was in shambles, and there had to be a little bit of pep talking happening in the team. It
Yeah, I was
definitely.
just sitting there sobbing the whole time. I had a big box of Kleenex next to me, but it ran out, and it was all going to shit.
Yeah, I think we went to ban the Stitches because he literally shattered our mental. Like we were all screwed up and backwards, and we self-tilted at some point, or something. And but I mean, even with all that happening, I felt like we were doing good calls to stay in these games, and
Yeah.
I think everyone, even though myself included, we all got kind of inty at some point. We
Nobody
kept
really
battling.
tilts or anything, so it's nice.
Yeah, we
When
kept
you end.
battling.
I mean, oh man, it's so tough in a series like this to keep the mentals after you feel like you were that close to victory, and then all of a sudden, like an hour later, you're still trying to get this game, get this series closed out.
Yes.
But like, just looking at the last game there, it seemed from what I saw, it on that core defense, you had to make some very precise moves to come back there. Did you see the path like from the core defense to the bottom lane, to the top, to the objective as like the only way to go, or were there a couple ideas you had as a team from that spot?
Um, I think like it was discussed. I can't remember if I called it or Fizz called it or something, but I feel like the path was set out and we tried to execute it as best as we could. I think someone got picked right before it, and we had to defend a little shorthanded. But I
Yeah, we
feel
had to
like
make some really tough calls through like
yeah,
the
like
whole series. It
Yeah.
was like, what do we do? And
yeah,
we're screwed. What do we do?
that,
And then we have an opportunity. What do we do? You know?
yeah, that's exactly it. It's I said it before, but like we were just battling. Like we just saw like these little windows of opportunity, and we just all agreed to go for it, and everyone was on board. I want to say like yeah, we saw the path, but it was a pretty slim margin that we were playing with.
It was, yeah, I mean, just a comeback that seemed completely improbable from that point in the game. Like the first defense, you weren't even able to get out onto the map really. And then the second defense comes through. You got the path through the bosses. And man, I mean, even that core pushing into a couple people, that wasn't a sure thing either. Was there any point where it's like, okay, if we don't get this pick, we have to retreat, or was it just like this is the spot, we've got to go for it?
We lose if we don't win there, right?
Yeah, we were going for broke. Yeah, it's we were in. That was game over for us either way.
Well, the game over worked out on your side for this one. An absolutely thrilling 3-2 series. Congratulations on the grand finals victory. Very well played all season long. And putting up a great, bit of entertainment for all the fans here today. Fantastic work.
Thank you. And just so you know, Krush, we tried really hard to force an Artanis pick, but it just
Yeah, we
didn't
did.
happen.
We
tried
sometimes
really hard.
it's just not the way to go, but it's
Yeah,
still always the way to go in my heart,
Yeah, we've been running main tank Artanis just for you, Crush. And like it's been working really well, but we just couldn't find the slot this time around.
Yeah, you may think we're kidding, but we've been literally practicing main tank Artanis
Mhm.
just for this moment, but we just couldn't find the spot. So on behalf of Durotan's coach, I apologize to you.
Well, when you put it alongside like Maev Hanzo, it works out great. You just put all the tank tools in the other spots, and then he's a great tank.
It's true, actually.
Oh, goodness gracious. But, I mean, Durotan's couch, one of the longest standing teams here in NGS. What does the next season look like for you? Is it just, keep on keeping on? Are there people that are going to take a season off? Like, do you have those sort of plans right now?
That's an after this game discussion.
Yeah, I don't even think we talked about that yet.
Yeah, we get sent to heroic now, right? So
Probably.
No, I think if
Isn't
I
that the way
put
it
an
works?
appeal, like if I put an appeal, they might send us to Div A or Div B.
Get back to base. When
There's a
Nexus
lot of
did it.
nepotism I've heard, so we could probably do it.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
We're going to keep the same people on the roster. We're just going to play the lower people all the time. So send us to A, please.
Yeah,
Wink.
I'm role swapping.
That's
Yeah,
right.
to bring
Everyone's
Beachy with
role
us.
swapping and tanking their rating. Send us down. Oh, goodness. Oh, well, I mean, what a series, what a season. Congratulations once again. Any big shout outs you'd like to make as we close out our final series of NGS season 16?
Shout out to Wildcard. Or sorry, not Wildcard. That's me. Wedge. I keep thinking I'm Wedge now because I'm the
Oh my
captain.
god,
I'm sorry. I
Hey,
meant
Scott,
Wedge,
shout himself
my
out.
brother,
he's such a middle child. Can't
I
you
am.
tell?
who did some great subbing for us, as well as Shu, who came in a few times for us. So they were great.
Yeah, it's probably one of the
I'll
most chill teams, best teams.
Shout out to you, Krush, for casting. I look forward to rewatching it. I'm sure it was an epic series to cast, and I can't wait to watch myself int and watch Yonner's int because I know he did.
Yeah, watch it.
Shout out to Wedge. Shout out to Wildcard for taking over as captain this season. He did a great job. Shout out to Sheldon for kind of being the final say in draft and doing all he does. Shout out to Fizz for joining the team this season and kind of just fitting into our weird mold. And yeah, shout out to Yonders for playing Genji and Tracer.
Yeah, thanks for Yonders for getting all those bans all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to add Kel'Thuzad to the repertoire, and then they just won't know what to do.
It's true.
I tried playing Nova, but people just ignore that hero, so maybe I should try a different one.
Oh my. Well, solid series once again. Hope to see you in the future. Coming at you in season 17. Closer than you think. Sometimes, you feel like it's a long off season, and you're like, oh geez, new season's on us already. So we'll be looking forward to seeing you then. Congrats again on the win. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Krush. You're
Thanks,
a pleasure as always.
See ya.
Yeah, peace out.